So next week is going to be very telling with Cleveland because you see this week, you see that they don't have real intentions for Shedeur. That's what one article was that Jerry sent me, was saying that they had Shedeur throwing to equipment managers because they was just trying to find something for him to do, and that his focus should be making a team because it's not guaranteed he's going to be there for week 1. I could see them trading Shedeur just so that Dylan doesn't fall behind Shedeur. I could see it. I could see them saying, you know what? Because what you have to understand is they lied. What did the facility say? They lied to us about Shedeur, right? Who is they? In addition to the Cleveland Browns, the NFL, the New York Giants, the Cleveland Browns, hell, probably the New Orleans Saints too. They lied to us about Shedeur. That's why those people's show is gone off the air. And the fact that they are trying to get Dylan better than Shedeur, I think desperate people do desperate things. I think that's what I told Jerry. I said, look out, because desperate people do desperate things. We already have a 4-string snapper who can't get the snap right. But now Shedeur moved on to the twos, throwing the ball to a touchdown to Deontay, number 16, who is a first-string wide receiver. I don't give a damn what team he on. He is a first-string wide receiver. He is a first-string wide receiver on the depth chart. So I hate to tell them the only way to keep Shedeur from looking better than Dylan is to trade him. And I think they desperate enough. They so concerned about the perception. Well, why did you pass up on Shedeur 5 times and get Dylan if Shedeur is better? They don't want to answer those questions. Andrew Berry trying to hold a grudge against Shedeur because he know his behavior is fraudulent. He knows that. His behavior is fraudulent. He knows he pre-drafted him extensively. Stefanski too, which means they both know Shedeur is better. So all of that running around and saying he a 4-string QB, they so desperate they would cut Shedeur. If Dylan is not better than Shedeur, they will eliminate Shedeur from that team. Send him somewhere else, too late to learn the playbook. We'll see you next year. Yep. He probably was going to be draft capital, but he probably going to get cut because Dylan not better than Shedeur. Dylan was in college for 6 years and was not better than Shedeur. Dylan has 38 reps. Shedeur has 31. Shedeur is still better than Dylan. Better accuracy, better completion, better more touchdowns. He's better than Shedeur is better than Dylan from college to the pros. So I want to see how desperate they gonna be, and if cutting Shedeur is the only thing they can think of, so they don't get asked why is this happening? Why did you pass up on Shedeur when you was already pre-drafted with him? That's actually setting Shedeur free, so I'm gonna go for it. We just might not see him this season because he's gonna have to go somewhere else and start over. But then injuries happen, right? Because these 2% battery life was dropping like flies. That was my first thought when I heard Kenny Pickett was injured. I said, "Oh, here go another one." These 2% battery life is dropping like flies, dropping like flies, dropping like it's hot. I'm like, so get well, Kenny. You know, we want you to be well. Let me see what you're gonna do with these reps now. Let me see what you're gonna do. Won't he do it? Because I want you to know he'll do it. It's being done. It's being done. These people can't keep up with guys. They trying though. They trying. Bless their little hearts. Bless their little salty hearts. Let's see here. It said, so yeah, the reporters don't even want to see him no more. I was thinking, I said, okay, so they have seen enough from Kenny Pickett. They don't even want to see him no more. That's really what it is. That's what it is. And they need him, people to buy into him being the starter. So if I keep him out there and Shedeur look better than him, then damn it, what I'm going to do? So I'm going to make the fight between Shedeur and Dylan, just like AI said. Just like AI said. Well, the competition is really between Dylan and Shedeur, the rookies. I mean, it is, right? Some people like, well, they know who Flacco is. They know who Kenny Pickett is. I'm like, then why they had them out there? They could have warmed up in regular practice. Let's get on with this fake competition. Whenever I use the word competition as it relates to the quarterback competition in Cleveland, I use quotes because it's fake. Said Shedeur Sanders was true to form, highest passing percentage. Yep, he won. He won week 1. So he won OTAs, session 1, 2, 3, mandatory camp, training camp week 1, and now it's like, okay, let's see what happens during pads. I'm like, ooh, they put it on pads. Come on now. They wear pads. They been wearing pads. So that people is like, oh, okay. So they putting on pads this week. He probably not gonna be good this week. He was good with pads on at Colorado. And he took some hellified hits. They need to go back and look at that Kansas game. They need to look at the UCLA game. They need to look at the Baylor game, the Nebraska game. Shall I go on and on and on? They want to knock him for those sacks. But what one reporter said after that UCLA game, we hate to see him get sacked like this, but he's definitely proved he's tough, and that he is. But I don't want to see him sacked like that. So get him out there with the ones, because let me tell you what's going to happen. If they don't put Shedeur out there with the ones before we go to preseason, and they put him out there game 1, and he hasn't gotten used to the speed and the quickness of the ones, and he gets sacked, that's negligence. And I'm going to call it all day, because you held him back intentionally. And now with Kenny Pickett out the way, you have no excuse to divide up those reps to help develop Shedeur with the ones so he can get used to the feel of the ones. He might not need it, but he should have it. If he can do well with the 4s, the 3s, and the 2s, and he had 3 touchdowns with the 2s, yeah, he gonna be all right. But they negligent if they don't put him out there with the ones before preseason, especially with Kenny Pickett out. Even with Kenny Pickett in, because they have 4 depths, right? They have 1 and 2. Then they have the first team, second team, third team, fourth team. So what they should do is play 11 on 11, which is now we need real life scenarios. Screw this 7 on 7. This is preseason. We trying to get ready. So what needs to happen is 11 on 11 with one field with Dylan and Shedeur, and they rotate. And then you have Flacco on the other field, and then switch off. Let Shedeur go with Flacco to one field, 11 on 11. He be with a vet, and then let Dylan switch off and go with Flacco, and let Shedeur be by himself 11 on 11s. That's what needs to happen. This is training camp. They need to stop playing. You are not supposed to even try to figure out who the hell your damn QB is at this point. You should have left OTAs knowing, and you did. You knew it was Shedeur. That's why you didn't cut nobody. But now you're getting desperate. Kenny Pickett is hurt, which means Shedeur is 3. You already declared Deshaun Watson out. So that's 3 quarterbacks left. And Shedeur, we know, is better than Flacco. They talk about Flacco's arm. I don't care about his arm. He's part-time. That's great he has an arm, but it's part-time. So you need somebody that can go the distance. Not somebody that's injury prone. And not somebody that's been in school for 6 years but can't beat the guy behind him. Dylan has not beat out Shedeur yet. And they really think reps is going to be the difference? Hell, Dylan going to get better and Shedeur going to get even more better. He's going to get even more better. That might not be the proper way to say it, but I think y'all understand what I'm saying. Shedeur is getting better too. So for every rep they think holding Shedeur back, no. Because knowing Shedeur, he's somewhere with a football after practice. They try to criticize him for working at night. Now you know why, because they don't want him getting no better than he already is. No, we want you to stay like you are while everybody else get better. You get the hell out of here. Just get out of here with that. He's not going to do that. He's a pro. Like Bernie Kosar said, that was a professional throw to Shedeur to Luke Floria. Shedeur been throwing to Luke so much, he got Luke signed to the team. Kevin Stefanski gave Luke Floria a fist bump. Has he ever given Shedeur a fist bump? You see what I'm saying? They don't want to give Shedeur any type of accolades. Oh, you're not going to be here. Well, then trade him then. Because you're not going to hurt my feelings. Threaten me with a good time. Hell, threaten me with a good time that he going to another team. Shit, Miami. Luke Campbell, Luke Campbell, from the 2 Live crew said, Miami, why don't y'all call up Cleveland and get Shedeur or something? I paraphrased it. He was basically saying, come on, Miami, get Shedeur. Like, people want somebody to have the courage to break the circle of collusion and get Shedeur. And that's the only reason why nobody else is calling up for him. I told y'all that phone was jumping when it came to Bryce Young. That's how you know it's collusion. But here's what matters. God has prepared Shedeur for this, and he can withstand all of the foolishness in Cleveland until God swing that door wide open. And he might be getting ready to, because with Kenny Pickett hurt, if Dylan even look like he limping, they're going to trade Shedeur. They don't want Shedeur to get the QB1. So let's see what happens. It's already started that Shedeur is on his way to being number one. There you go. God said, I will go before you and make the crooked places straight. The crooked places are beginning to straighten on up. Straighten on up. They're going to get desperate. They're going to get desperate. Like I said, if it even looked like Dylan is injured, if Dylan plays in the preseason game against somebody the size of Myles Garrett, oh, Lord. Oh, God. So we're going to be QB1 before we get to the regular season. Flacco, too. Flacco don't care about training camp. Right. He don't. That's why I'm like, well, why are we letting him soak up reps? Why don't we just go head on and let the rookies do it? And maybe that's what next week in pads is about. I mean, I wouldn't care about it either if I'm only responsible for half the games. I mean, that's all I could do. They talking about he good for 8 or 9 games. I'm like, how many games did he play in Baltimore? How many did he win? Then that's what he good for. Then that's what he good for. Can't be out here being nostalgic. Yes, let him get on his grind fitness. Yes. Cleveland fans are not blowing up the radio station demanding Shedeur get first team reps. I have no respect for them. No, they said we're doing it. Cleveland fans are like, oh, Shedeur Sanders fans demanding his following. That's what they call us. His following, like he Jesus. His following is demanding that he gets first team reps. I'm like, he has a following because he's good. It's like that never occurs to them. I'm like, do y'all watch film? Y'all just like to talk. 2% battery life is every time you say it, because that's what it is. That's what it is. 2% battery life is dropping like flies. That's what it is. That's just what it is. That's exactly what it is. We counted. Somebody put it in the comments earlier. They heard me say that they stacking these black quarterbacks on the same team. And I told you black quarterbacks are not the majority. Matter of fact, they're only 25%. But the NFL has managed to stack them up, QB1 and QB2, and sometimes QB3 on the same team. Come to find out, Atlanta got 2 black quarterbacks. Somebody named Emery is in the fourth spot on the team. Kirk Cousins is second, and somebody else is third. And with 32 teams, and they're only 25%, I'm like, let me see who's behind JJ McCarthy. Right? Let me see who's behind it, because we counted. There's 32 teams. There's 24 black quarterbacks stacked up together. 24, 32. Now you see why when it comes to Shedeur, Cam, and Milroe, it'll be interesting who they put over there in Tennessee behind Cam. We're going to see. So 24 of 32 stacked up together as QB1 and QB2. So that means the white QB is becoming a minority as starter. That's exactly what it is. And they trying to figure out how to reverse it through next year's draft and going forward without looking what? Capital letter R. So they just holding Shedeur back. Has nothing to do with Coach Prime. Everything happening in Cleveland has nothing to do with Coach Prime, and neither did the draft. Just watching well-off video, Coach Prime looked really sick in the early May in the hospital. Oh, wow. He a 1% now. He is a 1% battery life for if he injured, but he's injury prone, and I know they know that, right? If Shedeur was that injury prone, please, he wouldn't even be in the league. That's what one of those articles said, saying that if Shedeur get cut from Cleveland, it might be the beginning of his career in the NFL. I'm like, wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. But